top tips, suggestions, if you like. Look, there's some people listening to this and they think what you've done is amazing. Yemi, where do they start? Some practical suggestions for where they start. What can they do tomorrow?
Okay, if I'm talking to church leaders or leaders of organizations, if you want to engage with if you really want to deal with this racism, the first place to start is the place of discussion, conversation. So I'm going to advise you, a church leader or you are an organization leader, gather together all your Black and minority ethnic that you have within your community or within your church or within your organization. Just sit with them without prejudice and ask them, have they experienced any element of racism without being judged? Just ask stories about their experience, what they are feeling, what instances, how they have felt. Note it down because it's important. Because the point where you start listening to people, they start thinking that you are taking them serious. You may not even be able to do anything, but just hear their stories, where they are coming from, how they are feeling, the pain they are going through within that church or within that organization. So when you hear all of that, now you now have a choice as an organization. Instead that you now bring your HR in to now retrain the whole organization on the, I'm not talking about equal opportunity now, that's another thing, but on racial integration, how to stamp racism within the organization. Because we do it, we don't know we do it. And then you might then start to put up a policy within the organization that will help people to see far out when they want to behave or act in that particular order. And can I also say as well that if you are a church leader or an organization leader, if you don't have people of Black and minority ethnic at the leadership position to influence the change, you might never do it. Until you ask them to sit at the table with you where you are making decisions. This is how our comms will look like. This is how our messaging will look like. This is how our expression will look like. This is how our public expression will look like. You will never know until they contribute. So you have to make sure you bring them around the table when you are having discussion in navigating the future. For example, a church, an organization told me yesterday, they've tried to employ a Black person, but no one applied. And the one that applied, they couldn't employ them. So they were all white. So they asked me, what can they do? So I begin to ask them, where are you sending your application, your employment, your vacancy to? Have you asked somebody to explore for you? Have you, as an organization yourself, are you prepared to welcome somebody of ethnic minority? Because the challenge is, if we are the only Black or ethnic minority person at a lower level or middle level in an organization, the possibility that you will not be discriminated against or be prejudiced against is near zero, unless, of course, you are part of those making decisions. Now, will you experience it? Yes, but you'll be able to inform and shape what the future will look like.
Thank you, Yemi. Roy, any practical tips for someone who wants to do this differently from the journey you've been on? What would you say?
I think be intentional. So make a real commitment to say, I'm going to do this and I'm going to allow the other person to change me. If any relationship that we work in, you don't just do it from the point of view, we're going to talk to each other. I've got to allow that person to change my thinking, to change my attitude, because then it's a real relationship. These relationships do cause you to change. I think the other thing that's really important is it's a spiritual thing. You need to pray, and you need to pray that God will change your heart, because often what's in the heart comes out. We say stuff, we think stuff, we do stuff. Pray and allow God to change your heart, and then things will be different. And the final thing I'd say is be prepared to walk humbly with God and realize that anyone in the body of Christ has been created in God's image. They have gifts, they have abilities, they have grace gifts, Let's together see that amazing picture of the body of Christ and the mosaic of this beautiful thing that can bring unity, because Christ has broken down the walls of hostility. Christ doesn't see black, white. He sees the body of Christ. Let's find a way to work together to see the kingdom come. And I think prayer, listening, and connecting is key.